She was born into a world of water, destiny whispering in every ripple. Imagine a young girl in East Germany, gliding beneath the surface, chasing dreams in lanes of blue. From that moment, Kristin Otto was destined to swim not just for gold, but for glory, controversy, and legacy. From Leipzig's cool pools to the blazing lights of Seoul, her life reads like a novel, full of early promise, injury, political storms, triumphant returns, and a reputation that would endure long after the chlorine faded. She became the first woman ever to seize 6 gold medals in one Olympic Games. But behind the medals lay struggles, betrayals, training in secrecy, shadows of suspicion, and reinvention far from the starting blocks. Let me take you on her journey. From the moment she first plunged beneath the surface, through brutal training days, heartbreaking setbacks, euphoric victories, and the uneasy shadows of the East German sports system. You'll walk her path, feel her fears, sense her grit, and understand what it means to be a legend whose story is far richer than medals alone. Now, dive in with me. Kristin Otto was born on February 7, 1966 in Leipzig, in what was then East Germany, a country where sports were not just pastime, but political theater. She grew up during an era when the state scouted for athletic talent from a young age. By age 11, she was already identified as a swimming prospect and admitted into a specialized sports school, where her talent would be nurtured and challenged. She trained with rigor, discipline, and under a system that demanded perfection. Her physical stature was striking, tall, lean, with long limbs built for speed through water. She stood about 1.85 mm tall and competed around 70 kilos, an ideal physique for competitive sprint swimming. But physique alone doesn't win gold. The heart, the mind, the willingness to push past pain, those mattered more. As she entered teenage years, Kristin's coaches steered her across strokes. While she started with strong backstroke foundations, she gradually became a master of sprint freestyle, butterfly, and medley events. She proved she could shift style and excel across disciplines, a rare versatility. At age 16, in 1982, the world first sat up and paid attention. In the World Aquatics Championships, Kristin captured gold in the 100 meter backstroke, and also swam on East German relay teams to victories in the 4x100 medley and 4x100 meters freestyle relays. Suddenly, this young Leipziger was a force on the global stage. She had broken through, but her ascent would not be smooth. In 1983, at the European Championships, she finished second in the 100 meter freestyle. A strong showing, but not quite the pinnacle. She was shifting her strokes, experimenting, refining. Then, in 1984, she set a world record in the 200 meter freestyle, a blazing benchmark for others to chase. But that same year, politics intervened. The Soviet-led boycott of the Los Angeles Olympics meant that East Germany, along with 13 other Eastern Bloc nations, would not send athletes. Kristin, among them, was barred from competing on the Olympic stage she had prepared so long to reach. Instead, she competed in the Friendship Games, an alternative meet, and delivered strong performances, winning multiple medals and showing she was Olympic ready. Then, tragedy struck. In 1985, she cracked a vertebra in her spine, a serious injury for anyone, devastating for a swimmer. She was forced into a neck brace for 9 months. Doctors advised giving up, fearing long-term damage. But she would not yield. She endured rehab, slow recovery, the pain in every motion, the frustration of time lost. When she finally returned in 1986, she did so with vengeance. At the World Championships in Madrid, she claimed 4 gold medals: 100 meter freestyle, 200 meters individual medley, 4x100 meters medley relay, 4x100 meter freestyle relay. She also earned 2 silver medals: 50 meter freestyle, 100 meter butterfly. Her world record in the 100 meter freestyle arrived in that meet, a mark that would stand for years. It was proof she had not just returned, she had become stronger. In 1987, at the European Championships, she continued her dominance: 5 gold medals across 100 meter backstroke, 100 meter freestyle, 100 meter butterfly, and in relays. The world was watching. She was no longer rising, she had arrived. But the ultimate stage awaited. Seoul, 1988. Expectations were heavy. She qualified for 6 events. Some speculated which stroke she would prioritize in a medley final, where she could swim multiple legs. It was a strategic puzzle for her coaches, which event to omit, but she intended to conquer all. In Seoul, over consecutive days, she delivered performance after performance. She won gold in the 50-meter freestyle, 100-meter freestyle, 100-meter backstroke, 100-meter butterfly, and swam on both the force 100-meter freestyle relay and the force 100-meter medley relay. She became the first female athlete in Olympic history to win 6 gold medals in a single Games. Her sweep spanned 3 strokes: freestyle, backstroke, butterfly, and across individual and team events. It was audacious, unmatched. The relays themselves brought drama. In the 4x100m freestyle relay, East Germany clocked 3:40.63 to clinch gold. In the 4x100m medley relay, with Kristin swimming the backstroke leg, the team finished in 4:03.74, an Olympic record. Every day the crowd watched her ascend, brazen, unstoppable. After Seoul, she was not content to fade. She competed in the 1989 European Championships in Bonn, adding more medals to her collection, before finally retiring from elite competition. Her official retirement came in 1989. By then, she had amassed an astonishing array of titles: multiple World Championships, European Championships, and, of course, those 6 Olympic golds. She was named Sportswoman of the Year in East Germany in 1988 and 1989. She was inducted into the International Swimming Hall of Fame in 1993. But her legacy would come under shadow. After German reunification, documents surfaced that the East German state had administered performance-enhancing drugs under a secret program known as State Plan 1425. Many athletes, especially swimmers, were doped, often without their informed consent. Kristin's name appeared in some internal records. Her former doctor and coach were convicted years later for doping and bodily harm. Still, Kristin has always maintained that she never knowingly took banned substances and that she passed every test she was given. In the years following her career, she reinvented herself. She studied sports journalism at the University of Leipzig and took up roles in German media, particularly with ZDF, a major public broadcaster. She reported on sports, became a presenter, covered swimming, equestrian sports, speed skating, and more. From 2001 to 2006, she presented Germany's Athlete of the Year award. In 2018, she was elevated to deputy head of ZDF's sports report editorial team. In her private life, Kristin is more reserved. She has avoided scandal, mostly kept personal details out of public spotlight. Her interests beyond swimming include media, storytelling, sports analysis, and mentoring younger athletes. She has used her platform to reflect on her era, admitting complexity, regret, pride, and the lessons of living in a state that viewed athletes as national instruments. Think of Kristin Otto as a prism. Her achievements refract light, but also cast shadows. She was a hero to many, a competitor among legends, a figure of controversy, and ultimately, a woman who transformed her identity after the roar of the crowd faded. She taught us that greatness often comes from pain, that glory can cost truth, and that a life is more than medals. As your voice runs over this tale, imagine the splash of her dives, the relentless laps, the strain in her muscles, the racing heartbeat just before each start, and the tears after each finish. Let the story of Kristin Otto live in every inhale and pause of your narration, a story of ambition, resilience, triumph, and the haunting legacy of an athlete caught in the tides of history.